This video will be the second half of section 2.2. The problem you have here is 5/6 x equals 20. There are two different ways to work this one. I'm going to work the same problem two different ways, and you have to decide which way works best for you. So my first way, I have 5/6 x equals 20. Remember, I'm trying to get the x by itself. So to get the x by itself, I have to move the 5 and move the 6. I notice that the 6 is in the bottom. Well, if I was trying to get rid of the 6, the opposite is to put 6 in the top. I'll notice 5 is in the top. So if I'm trying to get rid of 5, I would put 5 in the bottom. So you'll see I'm multiplying on the left by 6/5. 6/5 is called the reciprocal. A reciprocal of a fraction is what happens if you take the fraction and flip it over. Remember, if I multiply on the left by 6/5, I have to also multiply on the right by 6/5. Okay, so what happens on the left-hand side is a 6 in the top and a 6 in the bottom cancel. A 5 in the bottom and a 5 in the top cancel, and that leaves me with x. On the right-hand side, remember we have 20, which is a whole number, but that's 20 over 1. I can multiply across the top and bottom and get 120 over 5. Or remember, I can cross reduce. 5 and 20 share a common factor. 5 goes into 5 one time, and 5 goes into 20 4 times. So what I would get on the top is 4 times 6, and 4 times 6 is 24, and on the bottom I get 1 times 1. So my answer for that one is 24. That again is called the reciprocal method. Sometimes people don't like to work it in all one step. And so working it a second way, we're taking the same problem, 5/6 x equals 20. I notice that 6 is below a division bar, which means I'm dividing by 6. So when I work it this time, I'm going to break it into two steps. I notice here I'm dividing by 6. So to undo that, I'm going to multiply by 6. If I multiply on the left, I have to multiply on the right. 6 in the top and a 6 in the bottom cancel, and that leaves me with 5x equals 120. Now then, my second step is to get rid of the 5. So that's 5 times x, so the opposite is to divide. So I'll divide both sides by 5. If I divide 5 into 120, 5 goes into 12 two times. 5 goes into 20 four times evenly. So my answer for this one would be 24. It does not matter to me if you choose method 1 or method 2. You just have to figure out what method is best for you personally. Finishing up this section, we have the equation 5x minus 6 equals 9. We are trying to get x by itself. You'll notice this time I have multiplication and subtraction, so this is called a two-step equation. Remember, when you're solving for x, you're only going to work on the x side. Do not move the 9. But we do have to move the 5, and we have to move the minus 6. Here's how you tell which one to move first. You move the one that's further away. I notice that 5 is right next to 6. 5 is right next to x. It touches x. But 6 is away from x because it's separated with a sign. So since 6 is further away, we want to move it first. I see that that's a minus 6. The opposite of minus 6 is to add 6. So a positive 6 and a negative 6 cancel out, and 5x would equal 15. That's 5 times x, so the opposite of times is to divide. And this would leave me with x equals 3. My next problem is 8x plus 3 equals 7. I want to get the x by itself, so I have to move the 8 and the 3. I have to move the 3 first because it's further from the x. Remember, do not touch the 7. It's not on the x's side. So I'm going to move the 3. Right now it's positive, so to move it, I'm going to make it negative. I get 8x equals 4. To get x by itself here, I'm going to divide by 8. The 8's cancel out and leave me with x. And on the right-hand side, I get 4/8. 4/8 is not reduced, so I have to reduce it. I know 4 goes into 4 one time, and 4 goes into 8 two times. So my final answer for this one is actually 1/2. In the last two problems on the note sheet, you'll see that they have more than one x, and so we have to deal with that. The first problem is 2x minus 6x plus 1 equals 9. You'll notice those x's are on the same side. Since they're on the same side, you're going to simplify them. 2x minus 6x would give me a negative 4x. Now it's a regular two-step equation. To solve it from here, I'm going to move the 1. That means I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. And negative 4x equals 8. Remember, that's negative 4 times x, and the opposite of times is to divide. So I'll divide by negative 4 on the left, and I'll divide by negative 4 on the right. And x would equal negative 2. My next problem is 6x plus 2 equals x plus 17. I'll notice in this problem that the x's are not on the same side. That means I have to move one, and I'm going to choose to move this x. When I move it, I change its sign. So I'm going to say minus x and minus x. 6x minus x would be 5x plus 2 equals 17. To solve it from here, remember I have to move the 5 and the 2. We move the 2 first. Right now the 2 is being added, so the opposite of add is to subtract. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So 5x would equal 15. I'll divide both sides by 5 to get the x by itself, and x would equal 3. You'll notice on this page that in one case I added the x's together, I did not change the sign, and on the other problem, I did change the sign, and the difference was these two x's over here were on the same side. On the same side, just combine them. But these two x's on the second equation were on different sides. So if they're on different sides, you have to change a sign and move, and so that's the difference there.